About 4 something in the morning, I just shifted and woke my black ass up to take a piss. And I'm thinking, man, what's been on my mind lately? It's just bursting in my head. So I look out this tent that I'm in, and I see the United States of America is calling. Mr. Waters, the United States of America is calling. Remember that from Before the Wall? Yeah. And it was up in the skies. He's sitting there posting up, waiting on me to fucking get up, and for His Highness to get up in the morning and do whatever it is His Highness is going to do. But they don't mean me goodwill. They mean me ill will. Unfortunately. See, I would like to have that kind of, what would you call it? Like I said, I just woke up in the morning. I'm just waking up in the morning. That kind of concern or interest or whatever you call it, that kind of intensive, hey, where's Anthony at? What's Anthony doing right now? Hey, there's Anthony. You know, not that that I need all that you would have that degree, but it may get to that point in life that you're like, okay, look, man, we need that. But instead of having it from what I want it from, you know, I guess I have it from the Lord. I don't guess, I know I have it from the Lord, but the Lord doesn't say, well, here I am. Can you touch me? Can you feel me? Can you see me? You know? That's why it was with Adam, you know? He had the Lord, and if you believe in it, but it serves the purpose the same, whether it's true or Quraysh myth. Not all kind of things going on. But he needed a little something more. Yeah, can you touch it? Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you kiss it? Can you fuck it? No, not yet. Not until you fall and eat from the frickin' tree of knowledge or whatever. And then you can fuck it. Go ahead, Adam. Have some fun. I'm being a little facetious about that. But this isn't about men and women right now. I'm trying to make an example of what it is to say, okay, a lot of people want to say, well, you've got the Lord. Yeah, I've got the Lord. That's great. That's great. And it really is. I'm not trying to be, make little or less of that. This is what I'm trying to say. Why do I have my enemy? My enemy is the one that follows me around and knows who I am and knows how important it is to keep up with me and so on and so forth and just have me all to himself. Except for the Lord, and the Lord's the ones the Lord delegate. I've got concave angels around, I know that. Yet that gets a little like, okay, well, where you at? We're not having conversations. We're not sitting here, talking to one another and shit on a regular basis. They're not making themselves, just like, hey, it's me, I'm Michael, and good morning, Anthony. I'm Archangel Michael. Like the United States of America is doing over there. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Good morning. Can we sit here and watch you take a piss? Anyway, what I was thinking before I noticed them over there in the sky, or probably about the same time, watching, like Big Brother does, when it comes to certain people, like you don't even know how they watch, is you say, well, show us something, Anthony. Let's see. I've done it innumerable times, and you still don't believe. And this is something difficult to believe. It's just like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Why did the helicopter just land on this guy's fucking nose? In one video I have over there, the helicopter was all over my ass. The closest I ever showed you it being on me, I've been doing this for quite some time now. Listen, hey, how do you know that you're a light worker? How do you know that you're a light worker? Or whatever it is that you are. Because I was going on about me being Jesus' older brother. Now, Kryon never said, hey, Anthony, you're Jesus' older brother. But he said so many things in so many ways. And I'm hearing so many things in so many ways. And I'm seeing so many things in so many ways. That helps me understand that I'm not just, I shouldn't say just, that I'm not a light worker that doesn't have a very specific placement in a light worker family or organization, however you want to call it. And this is the one that I'm being led to believe is my placement. By all signs and all communications and all evidences. Yet he hasn't said you're not. He hasn't said, yeah, Anthony, you're Jesus' older brother. He has said, no, well, you're not Jesus' older brother. Now, this Yah-E thing that was spoken about in the Lightworkers Handbook, I'm a little confused about that. A little confused about that. I would like to clear. I like to have that confusion cleared up. Now I know I've been communicated to that I'm a light worker. That's been said. I know everything about your light worker, and so on and so forth. He never once said, "Hey, Anthony, I'll know everything about you, light worker." Never heard him say my name, Anthony. But all the things that I've seen, all the things I've experienced, I've seen and experienced quite a bit. And all the communications I've had with Kryon, the dealings I've had with Kryon, I know that Kryon and so many others, the Lord, Jesus, so many others have been dealing with me. That I do know. But how the fuck do you know that you're a light worker? How do you know that? You know, because Elizabeth April makes a video and says, well, and puts it on YouTube and says, well, if you've been experiencing this, or you come from this, or this is your this and that, and this is that, and blah, 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 then you're a light worker or a starseed. How the fuck do you know that? How can she confirm that shit? You know how many people go through the same things and experience the same things Elizabeth April says that you experience or go through? As far as coming from dysfunctional families and having this, that, and the other, that's why foster care is replete with foster children. That's why the mental health industry or field is filled with people who need a lot of serious fucking help. You know, how the fuck do you know that you're a light worker? You get all these people walking around here talking about, I'm a light worker. Yeah, that's great. I don't fucking know that you're a light worker or not. I don't know that shit. How do I know that shit? Look at me. Do I seem like a light worker? Every other word coming out of my mouth is shit, fuck, flip, fuck, bloom. Oh, that ain't no light worker. I'm moving the fuck on. Yeah, he's just crazy motherfucker with a fucking goddamn potty mouth. I beg to differ. Now, there are things I'd like to know in specific about what I am, who I am. I'd like to get that confirmed by one qualified to do so. I'd like to hear from a pie hole. You know what a pie hole is? That's a man's mouth. A human mouth, a pie hole. I'd like to hear it from that. Even if it's coming from the Almighty. Like they heard out there, well, who are you? I am. What was that? In the Bible, remember that? He said, well, who are you? What's your name? I am. Coming out of nowhere, seemingly. Yeah, there are things I don't know in specific, And things I say like, oh, that's a hardcore hardcore what it is. That's just what it is. It's iron. It's just like, there's no other way about it. But how do I know that? How can I say, boom, that's what it is? You know, because the Bible tells me so. The Bible didn't tell me so. I see things in the Bible. I really do. I make connections to it. But try taking that someplace, somewhere, and say, look, here it is. There it is. Lay it all down, draw it down, and somebody's looking at it, it's like, oh, well, you know, let's implement that into what do they call that field? Hey, what do they call that field? Hey, what's the name of the field? I know the name of the field. I say it all the damn time. Theology. Is it theology? Let's implement that and put it into the books of theology and teach that in school, and people go and take up theology. You know what I mean? There it is. Oh, Eureka, by God, we've got it now. Hey, let's write the Book of Mormons and the sequel and so forth. God damn, by God, skip it to the That shit ain't cutting no water with a lot of money to do all that. Nowhere near it at this point. It's just some man sitting in a fucking tent going about all kind of shit that don't mean shit to nobody. If anything but entertainment value, if I said right now, hey, blase, 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 man, that's how it is. You're like, that's great. Who are you? Well, I'm such and so. You're like, uh-huh. Yeah, and why should I bother? Once again, such and so. You know how many crazy such and so-sos are out here? Hey, your black piss ain't worth shit, boy. Is that a fact? No, it's not a fact. That it is. We're diddly squad. It's not even opinion at this point. It doesn't even have the backing of Kryon at this point saying, yeah, that's who it is. And I'm working my ass off out here. So don't think, oh well, because he's not writing books and skippity bopping and boo and all over the place with this accolade and that accolade, this credit and this credit, you know, that credit and this credit. With you can say, oh, this is lithography. Look at that long list of what we call it lithography. I don't know. There's this list of accomplishments and contributions. There it is. Look at it. It's so vast. There are plenty of other things that I do and serve as a purpose down here on this overall scheme of things. At this point, I don't give a shit really. I shouldn't say I don't give a shit really, but it doesn't really matter. You know, I should say it doesn't really matter. Indifferent, irrespective, indifferent of what is to come of it, or what's to be produced by it, and so on and so forth. What is to come as an effect of it, as a consequence of it. I just want my credit of not just I am a light worker, I am affiliated with this one, but who it is that I am exactly, where I place exactly. And for more than just say, oh, he wants to capitalize off of it, that's all. If I get a credit that what I suspect and what it doesn't communicate to me and so on and so forth from that source, from the source, and let's say it's Kryon, says, yeah, that's what it is. You say, well, ask Kryon, Anthony, and see what he does. I don't know what's up with Kryon. Kryon has a way. Just because Kryon doesn't tell you something doesn't mean it's not so. Doesn't mean it's not something to be told. You know? Or you think, oh, Kryon should be tapping on Lee Carroll's shoulder and say, hey, Kryon, Anthony's out there, and his name is Anthony, and he is this, and such, and so and so. It's not the case with Kryon. But I figure, I say Kryon because I figure he's the closest thing that I know of right now that's reputable and credible right now. You know? Maybe after associating with me, he won't be so reputable and credible anymore, right? But yeah, it's not necessarily just say because there's something to be said and something that is. and so on and so forth, that he's just come out and blurt it out and say, well, there it is. He speaks very, very, very cryptically sometimes, very coded sometimes. Like in the Lightworker's Handbook, he didn't say Prince Rogers Nelson. He didn't give you so much you said, whoa, that's what he's talking about? Without a shadow of a doubt that that's who he's talking about, because he said it point blank. He said, why do they call the artist the artist? At some point, he seemed to pull that out of nowhere. Didn't even really kind of get you ready for it, right? Like set it up. Why did they call the artist the artist? Then that's all the fuck he said, and he moved right the fuck on some other shit. He didn't go into great detail about the significance of the artist that he was speaking of and why he brought it up and what it was. I guess he's just saying, look, this is something you need to look into. If you care to look into these things at all, why they call the artist? Yeah, I'm giving them credit right now for being something more than just a musician down here and whatever else you want to make out of him. A highly sexual, a hypersexual fucking man. Your little man, you know. With a fucking high-pitched falsetto voice. Who else was he talking about? I knew instantly who he was talking about, but you gotta know a little something from a little something to understand that, right? You're like, hey, why'd they call the artist the artist? You have no heads up on nothing, no connection to nothing. I've had connections to things. I understood he wrote Rainbow Children, the album. I understood that he was a highly spiritual man. In spite of what you say, his life and walk was, you know, spirituality has nothing to do, or the lack of spirituality, the lack of spirituality has nothing to do with being, I don't know, somebody who's like, you know, less than, you're sitting around saying, holy, like, you know, you think, oh, spirituality, and you associate it with Mother Teresa, you know, walking a very, very, very fine line. Hell, the devil's spiritual. Lucifer's spiritual. That's spirituality. You know? He ain't walking a very fine line. That's not where, if you believe in such things like that, we can use that as an example. Not walking a very fine line of what it is to say, well, you know, I'm very devout and pious and holier than thou. Anyhow. He had a little way about him, you know. It's a Gemini, the economy. But why they call the artist, he says. Then he moves on as if he didn't say nothing at all. That's Kryon's way as well. So, just because he says, oh, nothing at all about me that you hear out there, it's because he's not tapping somebody on the shoulder and say, hey. Anthony's out there, he wants to be confirmed as a light worker. Let's get to it. Maybe he's sitting back waiting on to see what you want to do. What are you going to do? He's like, well, you know, maybe he and God and everyone else, the Almighty, everyone else, if he's not the Almighty or some part of it, the Holy Spirit, everyone is just like, well, let's sit back and see what they do, you know? If you said right now, hey, I'd like to reach out and see if we can get this guy verified out here, you know, because it makes a lot of sense. No one really knows shit from shit. Let's find out ourselves. We really want to know. Like I said, I'm still working on this polygraph. I don't know if I'm going to do it this month or next month. You know, it costs a little money to go out there and get a polygraph. But I'm not probably be able to get everything I want to polygraph on in one session. You know, I probably have to do repeated sessions of polygraphs to get everything comprehensively and say, well, I'm polygraphing all this. Unless there's some kind of thing you can do and say, look, let's write all this down. Well, anyway, listen. Maybe he's like, hey, yeah, I would like to help out with that. I'd like to know myself what it is, you know? Unless you're just so sure I'm just a crackpot out here. What makes you so certain? And if I'm out here, why not say, look, let's do something with that. There's a lot you could be doing with me besides just saying, hey, let's shadow ban him on YouTube and have the government follow him around everywhere he goes so he can watch him take a piss in the fucking morning. Because it's that important to the government, his enemy. What was I saying before that? And I came back to that, so I didn't forget that. I don't know, man. Shit. But listen, it's that simple, really. Let's just move on, because it's that simple, really. If I was to get credit for who I am and what I am, and it turns out not just all the other things that's going on, it's been confirmed that I understand it's been going on. There's no shadow, there's not a shadow of doubt in my mind about it. But the thing that I suspect is the thing as well, that I'm Jesus' older brother. I can get that for myself. For myself. And then say, well, there it is, right there. It's recorded. He was said that was the case. That's what they've been communicated to and everything. Yes, Jesus' older brother on top of everything else that's going on. You know what happens instantly, automatically from that? And not even the Jesus' older brother. That's not even necessary. It's not necessary for this. But I'm saying if it was, all of a sudden, it goes from one reality to another reality. From me. Out here. I can stop making videos like this for one damn thing. Put my credit up there when I'm ready to start and begin and take a whole different way, a whole different approach with how I do things and what I do and how I do them. Say, hey, I'm this. A lot of people come on and says, well, I'm a light worker. And they just get started, get down to business. Or they start giving you all kind of things about, I'm a remote viewer and stuff like that. I'm saying you're not. You very much are. More than likely. However, how do I know that? And they've got people out there who just listen away and like, yeah, that's great. That's a remote viewer. That's a psychic and so on and so forth. How do I know that? Just like that. Hey, such and so is putting out a book now. Well, let's check into it. What does such and such show I have to say? Jesus' older brother over there. At least confirmed by Kryon. I don't want to say selling, but that's what the hell I'd have it do. It wouldn't be for free, not everything anyway. And now it's selling books worldwide. It's selling worldwide. Or at least in all the channels thus far, where you can say, well, there it is. There's the Watkins list. Because he's been telling us all kind of things about all kind of miraculous things and so on and so forth, but we just say he's nuts, But with the confirmation from something source like Kryon, we don't say it's nuts anymore. We say, hey, there you go. All that miraculous stuff could very well, plausibly be the way it is. It's very plausible if that's the way it is. Still, you can't say for a certainty, could you? But it gives a lot more credibility, doesn't it? Until you see and experience it for yourself, you really can't say. I can get Kryon to confirm the things if he wants to get to know all that. Maybe he's too busy. Maybe he's got so many other things to do. But just like that, from that to that, just like that, from that to that. It's like I'm going around here the way I feel about it, trying to get my finances together. That's part of it. Trying to convince people of this, I'm this, I'm that. That's part of it. What I am and what I am is already out there to be known. Just say, I just need the credit for it. I have so many past lives. This is not my first rodeo. I'm an old soul. And I'm coming back again after this rodeo. So I've been told by Kryon. To do it once again. Yet another time. But I've got that. It's there. I just need credit for it. So in spite of, indifferent of what happens, whatever, I would like it to be known who I am. What I am. And let the chips fall where they may after that. Why am I walking around here like, I know who I am, but you don't know who the fuck I am? Why am I keeping the secret? Yeah, it'd be great if the government wouldn't follow me around all the time. That'd be one damn thing. But they know damn well who I am and what I am. They've seen things, experienced things, and heard things, the miraculous things, and so on and so forth. That there's no shadow, there's no doubt in their mind. But I'm someone to keep up with. But it doesn't mean they're trying to be a friend of mine. They're not offering me to have a goddamn beer and a fucking goddamn Cuban cigar. Sit back and knob it up and hash it up, and you can talk about this, that, and the other, and go on about shits and giggles. For shits and giggles. They're that subversive crew. Adversive crew, rather. Is it subversive or adversive? It's one of them. Maybe both. They don't give a fuck about me, man. Or they hate my black guts. And how do I know that? Once again, like I say, I've seen so many things, been communicated to, and so many things, understanding so many things, that it just seems to be that's the way of it. I haven't had one of them come down here and say from their pie hole, hey, I hate your fucking black guts, but I had them show up to me in a park out there at a bunch of fatigues out there, and then you say, well, they just hang out in the park, bro. They had nothing to do with you, no? It had very much to do with me. They sat there and waited on me to arrive because they knew my circles. Sat there and waited for me to arrive, and they engaged me in conversation. And things were leading up prior to that, up until that fucking point. I had them out in the desert, not that far away from the same park, a desert little area, you know, getting ready to assassinate me. Till Kryon jumped in there and prevented them from doing so. Changed their mind about it. So on and so forth. They've been with me for 10 years now, since 2017. I can say for a certainty. Maybe as early as 2015, but I was so obtuse to it and not aware of it that I couldn't really place my finger on it and say, well, yeah, I can see him there. But I did come across the government in 2015. I really didn't know. I can't say that they've been following me ever since then, but they did get on board with me in 2017 for some reasons, some things that took place and happened. And then they got on board with me for a certainty since 2017. They've seen some things and heard some things. They've been with me ever since. No, they don't like me. They don't have my best interest at heart. But if I get credit for who I am and what I am, even if it's no more than that. Cryon's like, yeah, I was out there that day, and yeah, it's my light worker. He's Anthony. Yeah, that's the government. Yeah, he's not nuts. They've been following around. Yeah, we did do that. That did take place. That did occur. All of a sudden, I don't have to do these videos, these 30-minute, 45-minute, hour-long videos. Like, hey, I'm Anthony, man. It's me, you know, and this is going on, that's going on. I'm not just a nutcase. These things are real. I'm not just fucking. I'm not paranoid. I'm not just paranoid. I'm not imagining these things. You say, well, that's a book in itself right there. Write it up and we'll buy it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here in a tent like I don't have a dime, like I don't have a goddamn thing I don't have a thing to do a goddamn thing with. I have to go out there and get all these things now to go out there and make something happen for myself. When I've got credits for all kind of things out there. And I can stop making these accounts, these like I said, hour-long, like I'm trying to appeal to you to tell you to see something or understand something. This right now, this isn't that Lee Carroll. It's really not. I doubt Lee Carroll even hears this because I'm not getting ready to put this on this, put it on YouTube and put the URL on Lee Carroll's one of Lee Carroll's Kryons and Lee Carroll's videos over there or audiobooks over there. But I still am very much going on about the subject. I still very much going on about this. I'm going to polygraph about these things eventually. If not this month, then maybe another month. See, I still have to get my passport. There's some other things I got to do. I'm working with a very, 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 very meager finances here. I just can't go out there and get everything I want to get, how I want to get it, and be done with it. It's very much an investment of this, that, and the other. And, you know, this polygraph thing, it cost. If it wasn't for that, I'd have the damn thing up and have it done today. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even go to the general place. Well, I guess I would because I want to get it confirmed or whatever. But I get it booked at the general place. So I don't have to. Hey, I need a polygraphist. And they come right down there to you like a mega house. Hey, you need a polygraphist? Hey, you got the money, buddy. Money talks, bullshit walks. That's the world I'm living in. And people want to judge you for it, you know, when they see you out there. Oh, he wants some money. He wants to get that paper. Oh, well, you stop having it a need, and I'll stop fucking trying to get the shit. I'll stop being concerned about the shit. But since it is what it is, you are what you are, we are what we are, we're all part of the same hypocrisy, goddamn right I want that paper. It'd be one less thing I have to worry about then. And I can move on and do some more significant things, more important things. More pertinent things. Now, I'm not one of these people who wants to sit around and be like, oh, my money on my mind, on my money, my money on my mind. Like Snoop Dogg, I'm not judging them for it. I'm just saying, no, that's not really what I want to be about. But yeah, I want to have enough fucking money to say, look, that's taken care of. One less thing to worry about. Moving the fuck on, man.